Hey, my fellow YouTube subscribers, how are you today? I'm your master of happiness. I'm here to bring you some good news and also help encourage you and just, help lift you up a little bit. There's a lot going on in our nation. It is June 14th of 2020. I believe it's our president's birthday as well. I finally got my nails done. They're a lot shorter, but I needed them shorter in order to play my guitar, but I really like them. See? Nice and clean cut and short. And I got my toes done, which I'm very excited. And here I'll show them to you because they are good news. Can you see my toes? They're a nice pink. And so, anyways, matches my shoes and my sandals. My husband got me a new pair of woofers, but that's not, anyways. So anyways, I'm happy every day. Why? Because I choose to be, not because outer circumstances do not affect how you feel. How you think about things, what you rely on, all of that forms your theology of living and your psychology of happiness. So you have to decide what you to believe. And if you will like and subscribe, I'll take you through how I'm happy all the time, despite a business destruction, despite downturns in the economy that we've had, despite the shutdown, despite everything, I've maintained my happiness. How? Well, there's another law I'm talking about today called the law of non-resistance. And oh my gosh, I didn't want to do this yesterday. I had too much going on. I mean, to get my nails done at the state they were in, it took hours, long time. So I'm doing this today because I'm refreshed. It's a new day. So this is called the law of non-resistance. And it's very simple, but with everything going on, everybody's resisting everything, right? You see that all the time. You see the riots. You see everybody railing against different parties and politics are fighting. And the whole world is in this together. But yet, anyways, so I'm not going to comment on the politics of the situation or religion or anything like that. I'm going to focus on you. How can you be happier during this time? You can use the law of non-resistance. So what is that? Well, I broke it down into 3 steps. Okay? Water, meek, right? You're only meek to the law, which the law is defined as whatever you believe in, God, universe, divine intelligence, whatever. Energy that surrounds us, is within us and around us, energy that can never be destroyed. Meekness only to these laws, right? You don't have to be meek towards man, but meekness to these laws. And then how to dissolve any obstacle. I'm going to talk about that. So these are the 3 pieces that I'm going to talk about in conjunction from this book by Dr. Raymond Hollowell called Working with the Law. These are the 11 truth principles. I'm doing 1 video per chapter here. It's per law. So this is a law of non-resistance. I have other videos starting with the beginning. You'll have to go back and look on my channel. I've gotten through most of them. I think I'm on number 7. Let's see. The law of non-resistance is actually chapter number. Think about numbers. This is a long chapter. And I'm going to, chapter 8. So I must have done 8. This must be my 8th video. So, okay. Why do I say water? Because have you ever heard resist not evil? Right? It's kind of like something we were told by Jesus when he walked the earth. But I'm using water as the example because think about water. Water is a very powerful force and it can wear away any rock. But if you think of all the streams that work its way to the ocean, I live on a river. I'm constantly reminded of the power of water, that streams lead to rivers, lead to the ocean, right? Water is very important in our bodies. I always promote during my videos for you to drink water. We are something like over 90% water in our bodies. So you need water to live. You need water to be able to think. You need water to be able to eliminate. You need water. Water's a powerful force. But like water moves around obstacles. It doesn't stop and fight. It just keeps going. And that's how I live my life, kind of like water. Number one, if you become more fluid with circumstances, you'll find that things do work out for your good. Now, again, I have the global belief that all things work together for my good. That's how I maintain my happiness. Because even though I may not see it in the circumstance, I may not see it in the time frame that I would like to see it be resolved, it still works out for my good. For example, the destruction of my first business that I loved and put all my heart and soul and 15 years of my life into, that destruction led to something for my good. And so it's only because I've seen how this works when you don't resist. I didn't resist them. When they were doing things against me, I didn't resist them. I only spoke my case on one occasion, and that was when I was explaining to the CEO why I could not build in the company anymore, and I was going to find something else to do. So it was only during that conversation that I didn't resist. I clarified for him why I was taking the actions I was taking, why I was resigning my title with the company. So I didn't resist. I was using the law of non-resistance because I wasn't even throwing them under the bus, right? I wasn't resisting what they were doing. What they do is up to you. Just like the people in your life, what they do is up to them. Your job, my job, is to help you be happy. So be like water, flow. Don't resist so much. Don't fight so much. Stay out of strife. Stay out of fear. Just know it. Be like water. Just know you're eventually going to make it to the ocean. Okay? 2, meekness. That's not meekness before man, even though people think that. I was using the law of non-resistance in my business. I didn't sue them, but I wasn't meek around them. I stood my ground. I wasn't meek to man. I was only meek to the laws. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I hope to hear from you. I can always expound upon this. These chapters are long in these concepts, but I try to make them simple enough, and I keep them on no more than 3 steps so you can kind of start to get the feel for it. It's not something that you're used to seeing. The world teaches you to resist. I can't believe how many people are talking about you must resist, all this stuff. Yes, you must vote, which you stand up and you can vote. But anyways, not going to go into politics. So if you would apply with the law of non-resistance, you will prosper. Because when you don't resist, it does work out for your good and even better. I have a better opportunity today than I did back then when they were destroying it, trying to steal it. They never stole it. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against me shall be in the wrong. I decree and declare that over my life. I have been for years, like 20 years. Probably like 18 years. So I knew that no weapon that they formed against me was going to prosper, and every tongue that rose against me, which they were using their tongues against me, I knew they would be proven to be in the wrong. I still get a check from that business. It's not like it was, but I've also haven't been building it. And I have a better business that's easier to do, right? So I've prospered, but I used the law of non-resistance. I didn't fight. I didn't sue. I didn't rail against it. Yes, did I have emotions that made me angry and mad and all the stages of grief? Yes. But even when I had those emotions, I allowed myself to feel them so that I could heal. So a law of non-resistance even applies to when you have emotional storms. You have to be aware of them and say, what are you saying to me? And then I have videos on that. How do you deal with your emotions? Because they're there to show you. There was great injustice in my life, but I didn't resist the injustice. I sought the law for my redemption and my restoration and for justice. So meekness only to the law. Okay? How to dissolve any obstacle? That's the good part. And it releases you. You bless the obstacle and you move on. In other words, all this stuff going on, like with the virus, I haven't focused on it. I don't really even talk about it. I just move on. I take precautions. I wear my face mask. I wash my hands frequently. My husband, when he comes home, he has procedures because he works in the medical field. And so he'll go downstairs in the basement and disrobe and wash his clothes separately before he even comes upstairs. So we're taking precautions, but we're not resisting it. I'm not living in fear. Because why? Because I've chosen not to. I've chosen to live in happiness, peace, and joy, and trust in the law to protect me. When you understand that you live under a covenant of blessing, not curses, you'll have a lot more peace. So how do you dissolve any obstacle? You bless it. You surrender to the law and say, somehow this is going to work out for my good. The simplest explanation is it's going to work out for my good. I couldn't get my nails done for months. I didn't focus on it. It got to where I could not do very many things because they got so long. If you look at my previous videos, see how long they were. And I definitely couldn't practice the guitar. I was like, but I didn't focus on it. This one was lifting. I mean, I have only natural nails. The lady couldn't believe how long my nails were, and there was no tips on them. But I didn't resist it. I just flowed with it and did the best I could with the circumstances. It's the same thing in your life, whatever you're dealing with, whether it's a circumstance in your personal relationships, whether it's a circumstance with your body, do the best you can. Like with my foot injury, I dealt with it. I do only low impact exercises now because I know that if I overdo it, I will feel pain. But, I'm just dealing with circumstances as they arise. I wasn't able to type, so I had to revert to paper journals. So there's a stack of receipts I have to get through today. I'm not resisting it. It was just the circumstances. So I maintain my joy on a daily basis. I forget about yesterday. I forget about the past and I move forward and I bless the obstacles as they rise up. I'm like, okay. And if it's something that I can't see a way around, I say, God, you'll have to help me with this. The law, you'll have to help me with this. Because I know that when I change my thoughts, that I will be provided for, that I live in abundant provision, I always see the abundant provision. And I don't resist when circumstances rise its head. Like my husband said to me yesterday, for example, we had a financial thing yesterday. Our humidifier in the basement appeared to not be working, so it was time to buy a new one. And so I didn't resist it. I just said, God provides for my needs, so let's buy one. So, it's like that. It's like I'm trying to give you examples so you understand. Like when he wanted to take up ukulele. He has 2 ukuleles now, and now he has an electric guitar. I didn't resist. Why? Because it's part of his, stress relief for dealing with everything he's dealing with. He works in the world. I work from home. So I honor that he needs a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So law of non-resistance, it will keep you peaceful. It will keep you happy. It will keep you in joy. Now realize that God, the law, has your back. And that whatever you sow, you'll reap. So I sow peace, joy, happiness, unconditional love with my husband, and then I get that back from him. Our marriage has just gotten better and better and better as I follow these laws. Be like water. Be meek to the law alone, not man. And how do you dissolve any obstacle? Well, biggest obstacle I had were my enemies, but guess what? I don't have to fight my enemies. God fights for me. The law fights for me. I can stay in peace, be non-resistant to the circumstances. That doesn't mean I'm immune. It just means I don't have to feed myself with that all day long, every day. I don't go down the rabbit holes, right? Today is Sunday. Today I spent extra God time because I give that to him because it's Sunday. I'm staying home and I'm feeding myself with positive things. I will do some entertainment. I also have a lot of work to do. So, but you have to decide how you're going to live your life in a non-resistant fashion. So I hope this helps. Love to hear from you. And you can go to some of my other videos to get my email, because today I'm just going to post this quickly. So listen, I hope this helps you. I hope you'll like, I hope you'll subscribe, and I hope you share it with people. God bless. Have a good day.